This is when my conviction just started building again. It was at $537. Bought a share at $7.96. February, I bought a couple more at. Today, I'm going to show you how many shares of Tesla I bought in the past 2 years at exactly what price point, and also why I recently stopped buying Tesla, but it's not for the reason you think. By showing you how I invested in this company, hopefully that just gives you a very simple roadmap on what you could do with a company that you truly believe in. First, I'm going to show you part of my portfolio. I've covered up the exact number of shares, but you can see Tesla is my #1 holding with a 900% gain. So now let's go straight into my TD Ameritrade accounts. So in September 23, you see that I bought a share of Tesla at $395. The same day, I bought another one when it dipped at $388. In October, I bought a lot more shares. This is when my conviction just started building again. 10 at $445, 5 at $445, 3 at $444, 1 at $438. October, I kept buying, bought more towards the end of October, bought more, bought another one, bought a couple more at $658. So my grand total was 31 shares of Tesla in my main account, an average cost of about $500 per share. So about $15,000. Last year, I wasn't even making more than $60,000. $15,000, that is basically half of my after-tax income went into Tesla. And this was at a time when people were already saying that Tesla is too high. It had already experienced this very aggressive growth. There is work upfront that you need to do in finding these generational companies, but once you find something that you have high conviction in, it's really not that hard to benefit if you're correct. But moving on, let's go look at more Tesla shares I bought this year, 2021. So I bought a share at $7.96 in January, bought a couple more at $8.48, $8.50, couple more buys here and here. In February, I kept buying. In March, I kept buying because it dipped down into the 500s. And remember, at 800, people were definitely calling me stupid. And honestly, I recently heard this phrase, but you are crazy until you're right or you're successful. I was pretty alone. People were definitely telling me to sell. I had a really semi-viral video where I said, even at 900, you should keep buying Tesla. And in the short term, it wasn't the right call. But in the long term, which is what investing is, it should be about long term. I'm not a day trader. This was the right call, especially when we look at Tesla now when it's over $1,000. Even buying at 900, you have had more than a 10% return in just about 6 or 7 months, which is still an amazing return. And I don't think Tesla is going to stop at 1050 or whatever it's at. It had hit in a previous high of 1200, and I think it's on its way back to that. Back to the buys, there was a lull here, and the reason this was a lull, and I'm not going to hold you hostage any longer, I really stopped buying Tesla is because after I had settled on Tesla, I knew this was my #1 company. I started exploring other investing opportunities because my Tesla investment had already 8x'd overall. And then for my original shares, it had more than 10x. So I wasn't going to be greedy and hope for another 10x. And that's when I discovered crypto. So in this long period of time where I stopped buying Tesla, I was actually investing in cryptocurrency. I started getting a lot into crypto mining. So I was buying a lot of miners as well. But I still could not forget about my first love, Tesla. And in August, I managed to buy a share. In November, I bought my most expensive share at $1,136 and $1,180. When I bought it at this time, I did think it was overpriced. I tried to put things into perspective because I believe Tesla one day is going to be $3,000, $4,000 per share. So even at $1,100 today, that would still be a steal. And I just wanted to buy more Tesla. I don't care at what price it's at. Nothing fundamentally has changed. If anything, every day that goes by, its prospects get rosier and rosier. In November, I bought another share at 1,000. December, 980. It's coming back down, and I just keep buying. That's from my main account, and here is in my Roth. And now let's look at my Roth. This is in 2021 this year. I bought 2, some at 800, some at 900. This is from my Roth of last year, and I bought about 10 shares, all an average of 400 here, 500 here. I have another account, Green Squire, and this is in last year, 2020. I bought at 420, 400, 400, 5 at 400, 400, 400. In case you haven't understood the theme, it's just that I was constantly buying Tesla. It was everything I was putting my free cash into. Over these past 2 years, I basically bought 65 shares total. Again, A lot for some, a little for others, but this was a significant amount of money. All of the money, new money I've had in this coming year has gone into crypto. And I actually still love Tesla, but for crypto, I see a much higher upside. Tesla, I still think we could 10x in 10 years. I think it's possible. I know that's a bull case scenario, but crypto, I see the upside as potentially more than that. For Tesla, the way I view it now is like a mega cap FANG type company, meaning while I don't expect it to have that exponential growth that I already experienced, I do think it is a very stable and very strong investment that could be cash equivalent. So I still think it's going to return 15 to 20% a year, which is really good, but it's not quite as aggressive as the cryptocurrency dreams or the gains or some other types of growth companies, because Tesla is a $1 trillion company now. It's made it. It's not going anywhere. I want to look for these seedling companies that are still in the early stages that have yet to reach maturity. And that's definitely higher risk, but that's also where the highest rewards are. Anyways, that's all I had for this video. Let me know when was the last price you bought Tesla for, and I'll see you next time.